there, Annabel.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Um, we're here today just to do a short interview with you. We've actually never met, so could you just start off and just tell us a wee bit
Yeah.
about you and what it is you currently do at Global Trust?
Yeah, so I am business and markets analyst at Global Trust. I've been here in my position for about 2 months now, and I'm basically in charge of trying to understand the market, specifically the finance sector that we're really trying to get a foothold in, and try and communicate that back to the technical team to understand how we can position ourselves to new clients. And prior to that, I graduated from university this summer doing economics and geography, and that kind of led me into this field.
So why did you decide to get into the space industry?
Mhm. So I've done a bit of work experience actually during my education for different satellite applications companies. It's always been something that I think, we're in an increasingly digitalized world, and it's increasingly important to harness technology. And I think satellite technology is an amazing example of that. And it's so applicable and for so many different industries. So I mean, a company that I did something before was called Ocean Mind, and that was about kind of monitoring illegal fishing using satellite technology to understand those processes. And obviously, working with Global Trust now, even this week, I've had a conversation with someone in the fashion industry, understanding, how we can help monitor the structural integrity of a textile factory, but then also talking to people in the finance industry and understanding kind of how we can help monitor a site, for example, mining, which they may be potentially interested in investing in, and they want to make sure that that company is actually saying that when they say they're not deforesting around their site facilities, they're actually being honest. So I think there's such a range that it can be applied to. It's really exciting and exciting thing to be part of.
And what's the most exciting part of your job?
Mhm. Well, I think that really leads from what I've just been saying, in the sense that there's such a wide range of industries that you can be a part of. A client's needs and a project that I would be kind of interacting with at my job is never the same. So instead of potentially just feeling like you're in one industry and you're doing maybe similar realm of things day to day, actually we can be touching into so many different industries, so it stays exciting and you're learning about different industries the whole time, which for me I think is really drew me to the area.
Amazing. So let's go back a bit. So Annabelle, as a 10-year-old, what were you interested in? What subjects were you interested when you were younger?
Mhm.
And then I suppose talk to us a wee bit about how you got to university and sort of like your qualifications along the way.
Mhm. So I've always been really interested in the world around me. I've always been interested in maps, and I've wanted to kind of understand what's going on in different places around the world. So geography was definitely one of my favorite subjects going through school, and science as well. I always really enjoyed science, and so going through school, I kind of narrowed it down. So for A level, I did geography and maths and physics. Those are my three A levels. And I think, using those together really pointed me towards choosing economics and geography at university, which is what I chose to do. And that really led me to where I am today. I think understanding geospatial problems around the world and applying that to kind of new technologies, um, and kind of connecting those two interests together is what's brought me to where I am today.
You mentioned geospatial technologies. What does that actually mean?
So geospatial, so kind of the technologies to monitor and map out this kind of space and area across the world. So that can be maps, that can be using satellite technology, um, GIS, that sort of thing. So anything really that's monitoring um, an area over space.
Fab, that's so interesting. And what about obviously you are female, you're in the space industry. Do you have a lot of female colleagues? Is there a real drive within the industry to have more girls get involved within the space industry?
Mm-hmm. I think at the moment it definitely is dominated by men. So I think there really is a space here to be encouraging young women who are interested in STEM subjects to really pursue those interests, because I think, especially in the space sector, there's a huge lack of kind of skilled workforce to come in. And it's, I mean, a hugely growing industry, and we need those skill sets coming through the education pipeline to allow this growth to continue. So I think, and to rebalance that gender inequalities, it's really important that a huge proportion of those people coming through the pipeline are women. I luckily have the chance that my manager is a woman, and she's very inspirational in kind of leading me through, my first job. And I think that's um, her support is really key. And but I definitely think there is space for women to be encouraged into this area, for sure.
And that's part of what we're trying to achieve today. Women, men, all genders, sparking interest in the space industry because there is a skill shortage.
Sure.
Could you talk to us a bit about the opportunities and where the gaps are within the space industry? I suppose just to sort of talk to the young people about what they could focus on and what sorts of jobs they could get at the end of it.
Mhm. So obviously I'm in the business development side of things, so I'm not actually in the technical team, and I think definitely there is space for that to be um, an area for people to join into. But I definitely think the key area within this is your STEM subjects and your kind of technological understanding. So focusing in on maths, so you might be kind of better at the coding and software side of things, because I know in our technical team we have kind of our earth observation specialists, but then we also have our software team, because there needs to be able to create these artificial intelligence to monitor the earth observation analytics. It's really key that those two teams work together. So I think pursuing science subjects, and I mean specifically physics and maths, will be a really key area, potentially doing kind of focusing in on coding and software. That is an important area that I think people are looking for in their skill sets.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And if you could give yourself one piece of advice, your younger self, what would that be?
I think have the confidence to reach out to people. It might feel like, you're young, you're outside of this corporate business world. There's no way that I could. You might be going through and researching, you see a company that you're really interested in, you think their work they're doing is amazing, but there's no way I could possibly reach out to this person because they're the CEO of this big company. Why would they want to hear from me? But I think every single person at Global Trust would be honored and so proud if a young person reached out and said, look, I think it's amazing what you're doing. I would love to have a chat at some point, or potentially even come into the office and see what you're doing. I think for me, giving advice to my younger self, it would be have the confidence to reach out to those people and ask for advice and set up a meeting and that sort of thing, because everyone I've spoken to and worked with when coming into this corporate business setting really wants to help the younger generations come into their position and inspire them.
Absolutely fantastic piece of advice there. And I'm sure the young people watching will listen to that and hopefully take it on board. At SmartSTEMs, we talk a lot about collaboration being key, and that's just almost exactly what you were sort of talking about there. And if we can land that message, you young people watching today, listen up, and all the best in your future. And can I just say thank you so much, Annabel, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Quick insight into your life and your journey so far, and all the best in your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.